What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'd like to talk about purging my physical media collection because my trip to Bull Moose is right around the corner. I've been preparing for the trip the past 3 months or so. I've been pulling out movies that I no longer want to keep in my collection. It's time to say goodbye to all of them. And I thought this would make a good topic for a video because I've thrown out reasons here and there very casually in prior videos, mainly in my bye-bye Blu-ray videos, where I show you everything that I plan on turning into Bull Moose. And I do plan on doing that right before I go for this most recent trip. So next week's videos pretty much are all leading up to the Bull Moose trip. They're all surrounding Bull Moose. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I have never really sat down in front of you like this and talked casually about the reasons why I purge my physical media collection and also my thought process. So I thought this would make a nice, interesting video. Now, the main reason why I personally decide to purge my physical media collection, and wait, before I get into my reasons, I just want to say really quickly, I am not here to talk about anyone else's experiences with their collections. This is my experience only. We are all different kinds of physical media collectors. We all collect for different reasons. We all maintain our collections for different reasons. And also we purge for different reasons. So I am not here to judge anyone that has maintained their collections and you keep anything and everything. If that is your choice, that is your choice. Personally, that does not work for me. So this video is all about my perspective and my feelings and my thoughts. I just want to make that really clear before I really get into everything. So why I choose to purge my physical media collection, the main big reason is space issue. I am down here in my parents' basement, as you guys know. I have very limited space. Pretty much the one room that I'm in, I do have my physical media closet, and also I was very fortunate that my dad built shelves for me right outside my bedroom door right here. So it is extended out just a little bit, but mainly all of the physical media that I have is contained to this one room. Now, granted, you don't see it on a daily basis in my videos. You really only see this one little shelf, this display that I have right behind me, but I do have my horror corner over in the corner of my room over here where I have all of my horror movie titles that I've seen. I do have a couple of bookshelves in a couple of corners, and also my physical media closet. Plus, right behind me in the Halloween closet right there, I have all of my DVDs. I would really like to show off my DVD collection because I really do like my DVD collection a lot, but because of my limited space, I am not able to do that. So my entire DVD collection are in boxes on the top shelf of that closet right there. And also I do have 2 boxes of regular Blu-rays in that closet as well. So I am jam-packed in this room. So that is the main reason why a couple of times a year when I do travel up to Bull Moose, I have got to clean out the movies that I just do not need anymore because space is always going to be an issue for me. But also the other reason besides space is that I just think it's healthy to purge out anything that you collect. Because if we collect too much, or I should say, if I collect too much, it starts to get a little bit stressful. Now, I know there's other physical media collectors out there that have way bigger collections than I do, and they seem to be doing fine. Good on you. I know I would not be able to handle all of that. I would just be very overcome with all the things that I would have to do to manage my collection. I'm talking, cleaning everything, because that's a major subject or, sub-subject about physical media that no one really talks about, is that we have to clean and dust our physical media constantly because the dust, it starts to build up. And so that would just be an extra stressor in my life that I just do not need. So the less items that I personally have to clean in my collection, the better off I am. And it would just be completely overwhelming if my entire room was just overrun with physical media. If I kept everything that I collected when I first started really seriously collecting here on YouTube, which was about like 5 years ago. So if I kept everything, say I kept everything from 5 years ago until today, this room, you would see stacks. You would see stacks of physical media behind me. I would have stacks on my floor. That would just be way too much, way too stressful. So for me, for my personal mental health, for my sanity, I think it's very healthy to purge physical media a couple of times a year. Nice big purges. So those are my two main reasons as to why I personally like to purge out my physical media, for space and also for my mental health. I just think it's very positive to clear out your collection a couple of times a year. So what are the kind of like criteria, I guess, for the reasons why I like to clear out my collection? I have 4 main reasons of how I choose what movies stay and what movies go. So the first criteria is a movie that I absolutely know I will never ever watch again. Either I saw it in the theater, possibly maybe a subscriber sent it over and I already saw the movie and I know for a fact I will never watch the movie again. So if I know I will never watch the film again, it's going. It has to go. Or if I picked it up, me personally, not just a subscriber, if I picked it up and I know I'll never watch it again, it has to leave the collection. Reason number 2, or I should say criteria number 2, I guess, is it was a one-time watch. It was a gamble. Maybe I picked up a random stack of Blu-rays at Dollar Tree or Big Lots when it existed, and I picked up a bunch of titles. They looked interesting in the moment. They were cheap enough, so I picked them up. And if I feel like something is not beyond a one-time watch, it's gotta go, because it's not worth having it stay in my collection for years and years and years, building up dust, taking up space, if I'm never going to watch it again. So that is reason number 2. Reason number 3 on how I choose what leaves my collection is whenever I upgrade from a Blu-ray to a 4K, especially if the brand new 4K also has a Blu-ray with the 4K. There's absolutely no reason for me to keep that former Blu-ray if there's a Blu-ray with that 4K. That's just going to be a waste of space to me. Now, I do want to address something because there have been a couple of people in the past that have been curious if I ever kept a Blu-ray because of bonus features, or is bonus features a factor when I trade in? Do I want to keep Blu-rays because of bonus features? And I thought that was a really good question. I actually thought about making that its own video, but I'll just address it here. Maybe I'll do that sometime down the line, I'm not sure. But to me, bonus features aren't enough to keep a Blu-ray if I do upgrade to a 4K of the same movie. And the reason why is because I like bonus features. Don't get me wrong, I am a fan of bonus features, but I feel like if I saw the bonus features one time, which I probably did see the first time I ever watched that Blu-ray, after the movie, I want to check out the bonus features. So that is something that I've already seen. I'm not necessarily going to watch those same bonus features again the next time I rewatch that movie. So to me, there just really is no need to keep that Blu-ray or the former Blu-ray. Now we have a 4K. There's no reason to keep that Blu-ray just for the bonus features. To me, that does not really matter that much. I would like to see more space in my collection. I would like to see, something take the place of that former Blu-ray, 4K and Blu-ray combo over that Blu-ray. So I don't need to keep something just for bonus features. I thought that was a great question, and I just wanted to address that. And the fourth reason as to why I like to clean out everything, or the criteria for cleaning out, are doubles. Now, this is something that I probably would not have said a year ago, but since I revealed my entire debt situation and my mindset has completely changed about collecting physical media, I no longer plan to double dip on items in the future, because there really is no point. Personally, for me, there is no point. I know there are other collectors out there that like to double dip. They want to get that steel book and also that slipcover. I am not judging you. I completely understand your love of doing that. But for me personally, going forward, once I start picking up physical media again, 4 years from now, when I am completely debt free, I will not be making that choice any longer, because financially, for me, it's not the right decision. If you guys can afford it, kudos, good on you. I know personally for myself, I can no longer do that. So when it comes to a movie, I need to choose if I want that slipcover or if I want that steelbook instead. So this is kind of a brand new reason why I am purging my physical media. Now, this is going to be the first time when I do show you what movies I am getting rid of. This is going to be the first time that I will be purging out some duplicates. I'm kind of making like final choices and final decisions this last week before the trip. But I'm going to show you which items I'm exactly talking about. And I've decided it's really just not worth it to keep those duplicates around. So I need the space, and so I got to do it. I just have to bite the bullet. I have to sacrifice some movies, and it's okay. It's going to be okay. I will be fine. So those are my 4 criteria or reasons why I am getting rid of movies from my collection. Now, speaking of subscriber mail, because I did bring that up earlier in the video, and this is something that I quickly want to talk about because I know it's kind of a hot topic just a little bit, and I do want to cover it really quickly. So I am very fortunate. I want to just say that right off the bat. I am very fortunate to receive subscriber mail. Now, over the years, since I have had a P.O. box, I have received hundreds upon hundreds of pieces of physical media. The majority of subscriber mail I still have not watched, because there's only so many hours in the day, and there's just so much that one person can watch in a few hours during the day. And so I have not gotten to the majority of the physical media that has been sent over by subscribers. But I will say that the percentage that I have actually traded in at Bull Moose compared to what I have received is extremely small, because when I do show you the movies that I am getting rid of at Bull Moose, or I should say trade in, not get rid, trade in, I'm trading in. When I do show you guys the movies in my Bye Bye Blu-ray videos, and I do say, a subscriber sent this over, but unfortunately I'm going to trade it in, I am not being ungrateful at all whatsoever. And I feel like sometimes it comes across in a way that it seems like I'm ungrateful, but I feel like I'm actually doing the right thing, because a couple of you were making comments underneath a certain video when I was talking about some movies that I am thinking about getting rid of. They're movies that I know I am not going to watch. And someone commented and said, well, doesn't that seem like you're ungrateful for, not even giving the movie a chance. And I completely understand that point of view. However, I feel like I am doing the right thing, because if I definitely know that I am not interested in a certain movie, in a certain TV show that's been sent over, I feel like I'm doing the right thing by taking that movie or that item and trading it in at Bull Moose. I think it would be extremely selfish of me if I kept that item and it's been on my movie shelf for about 4 years and I still haven't watched it, and I just left it on my shelf because a subscriber sent it over to me. I think that would be more selfish. I feel like the best thing to do is, if it's something that I absolutely know I have no interest, then I bring it to Bull Moose, I trade it in, and someone finds it. Someone else finds it. It makes their day. They leave that store so happy that they found something that they've been looking for. It's not like I'm taking a movie that a subscriber sent me and I'm tossing it in the garbage. That would be awful. That would be the worst thing that I could possibly do. I would never, ever do that. I am taking something and I'm trading it in for someone else to find. So I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I hope that this is coming across in the way that I am meaning it to, because I don't want to come off like I am ungrateful. I am not. But like I said, there's only so much space that I have in this room. And the majority of the titles that do come from subscribers, I am open-minded to watch. I really, really am. I've gotten rid of titles from subscribers that have been sent over if it's something that just does not interest me after watching it. It was a one-time watch situation, or it just wasn't for me. I mean, we're all different. We're all different. We all have different kind of tastes. And so it's kind of unrealistic and setting up an expectation where you think every single person is going to enjoy the same movie. That is not true. That's just not the case. So I appreciate when someone sends something over, but I don't want to be hated for not enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the subscriber mail situation comes into play and how I make my decisions. I am not out here to offend anyone at all. At all. That is the last thing that I want to do. I don't want to offend anyone. If you have sent me something and I traded it in, I'm not trying to offend you at all. I just know that it's not my cup of tea. And I know there's probably someone else out there that will enjoy it. And that's my entire reasoning for doing what I do. So I just wanted to explain that really quickly. I probably went a little bit longer than I should have with the subscriber mail, but I just wanted to fully explain that. I am not out to offend at all. I appreciate everything that gets sent to me. Trust me, I do appreciate it a lot. And the final thing that I do want to say before ending this entire rant, and not really a rant, but just like saying everything, but ending this entire video, is that I would just really like the phrase true collector to kind of just be phased out, because I know there's some people out there that say you aren't a true collector if you do decide to purge out your collections, if you don't keep everything that you've ever collected since like 8th or 9th grade. I mean, to me, that is just unrealistic. There really is no definition of a true collector. To me, if you collect your movies, if you decide to purge out things every once in a while, that does not mean that you as a collector are less than anyone else that collects physical media. I just think those two words are actually kind of toxic, just a little bit. It just makes certain people feel bad. There is no true collector. We are all collectors of physical media for different reasons. We trade in for different reasons. We either decide to collect slipcovers or steelbooks or both, or double dips, or we don't do that. We all decide to do different things with our collections. So just because you are deciding to purge out your collections does not mean that you are not a true collector. And if anyone says that to you, that is completely ridiculous. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video today. And like I said, this coming week is going to be all videos associated with going to Bull Moose. I am very excited about this. It's the first time I've ever had like a theme week for my videos, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And I also hope that after watching this video, you kind of got something out of it. Like maybe you were thinking about starting to purge out your collections, or maybe you had a certain, idea about purging or certain thoughts about the subject, and maybe you were just kind of like thinking about it. But my hope with this video is that you walk away with something. I always want to educate with these kinds of videos and help people out. So I hope my video did help you. Thank you so much for watching and also supporting the channel. You can go further, like and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you again, and I will see you next time.